Hey there friends, fans, and collectors. Welcome to another episode of Binary Sunset News. Today we're going to be talking about the HasbroPulse FanFest that happened just yesterday. There was a lot of reveals that were dropped, a lot of amazingly cool news, so let's jump right in.
Commence primary ignition.
Before I begin, I want to remind everyone to hit the subscribe button below. That way you'll stay on the forefront of the best Star Wars news and reviews as soon as I make them.
For a long time, we have been seeing some trouble with restocking the vintage collection and figuring out when we're going to get shipments and just a whole lot of stuff. This was finally addressed at this FanFest, and I am really appreciative of this. And not only are they going to address the shipments moving out, they're also going to be changing up the pre-orders and how that's done on their website and throughout their distributors. Hasbro finally responded to this during the FanFest, and I really appreciate that they opened up the Star Wars division with this. Now, this entire live cast was like 4 hours long, but the Star Wars part did get a good 45 minutes to an hour. And they opened it up by addressing the fans and letting them know a couple of really important fan-related issues that have been knocking around the community for the last couple years. Hasbro also announced that they are going to be addressing the issue of seeing the repacked vintage collection waves kind of get mixed up with the regular waves, because in the major distributors like Target and Walmart, they have the same SKU number. So people don't know which, or Walmart and the distributors don't really know which ones they're buying because they're not really separate. So they addressed this and mentioned that they are going to be having specific and different SKU numbers so that we as collectors can track them better and distributors can know what they're buying and shelve their shelves with what's hot. This is a great answer to one of the really new problems that we've been dealing with for the last couple of years. There were a ton of reveals at this Hasbro FanFest, and most notably, especially for a vintage collection person, there were an equal number of vintage collection reveals as there were Black Series reveals. This is a new trend ticking upwards that I'm really liking that Hasbro is doing. Now, I am most excited about the vintage collection reveals, obviously, and we're going to start those off with the Gaming Greats collection. Now, we've known that the Gaming Greats collection was going to be coming to the vintage collection. We had previously seen the Gaming Greats collection as the EB Games exclusive or a Gamestop exclusive. The figures that we had previously seen with the Gaming Greats collection are being launched in the first 4 figures in this wave. Now, these figures are the Purge Trooper with the Electra Staff, which is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. This guy looks incredibly cool. We've seen this in the 6-inch Black Series design, but this obviously is going to have notable vintage collection articulation, and just the card back looks so great. And they even made a note to say that the images that they're being chosen for the card back are, when applicable, from the video game itself. So they now have images that are so HD res that they can pull them right off the screen, right off of a cutscene. Amazing. Electra Staff Trooper is an exclusive to Entertainment Earth. They do this every once in a while. It's a fan favorite. Entertainment Earth usually locks this down. I'll make sure to put the link below so you can pre-order that. Next up on the list of Gaming Greats is the Heavy Battle Droid. Now, this figure was previously seen last year, and it comes from the Battlefront 2 game. I love an expansion into more battle droids and more enemies of the clones, but this particular battle droid has some great paint scheme. It's kind of like a burnt umber, rust special and black design, and it denotes them as the guys that carry the big guns. So this trooper is going to come with, this droid is going to come with 2 accessories. Not only is he 11 blaster, but he's also going to come with a DL-T19, which is the heavy rifle. So great to see he came packaged with these same accessories and his 6-inch counterpart. This card back is also beautiful. It is displayed and pulled as an image right from the screen, right from a cutscene, and these guys are going to be fabulous to any collection. Third on the list of vintage collection Gaming Greats is the Scout Trooper. Now, this figure also comes from the Fallen Order Jedi game, and this was the Scout Trooper who had the Electra Staff also, so the melee guy. This figure is looking fantastic. It has a unique design that changed the Scout Trooper up. He has an extra little harness, which is beautifully shown with the vintage collection, and As we know with the Vintage Collection, we get rocker ankles, so you can really position it in some really cool melee poses. Last up for the gaming greats is the Shadow Stormtrooper. This figure is really, really cool. They come from the Force Unleashed game, and they were the Stormtroopers who could cloak. So they were snipers, they were also combat, they were just cool all around. The Shadow Stormtrooper comes with a really unique paint scheme that is kind of like a holographic combination mixed with the regular paint, and it kind of shows them phasing in and out, sort of. Really, really cool figure. I can't wait to get some of these guys in 375 scale. Next up, we have this season's wave of repacks, and they are some pretty exciting ones that we have heard about but are finally seeing. First off is Hoth Luke Skywalker. Now this is a really, really nice figure that was seen back in 2012. I can't wait to get this photoreal repack because not only is this Luke come with his hat that can come off, but he also comes with the scarf so you can cover up his face. This figure, you know, goes a lot in the aftermarket, so it's nice to see a repack and nice to see them coming back into the fray. Also in this pack is the Royal Guard. So the Emperor's Royal Guard, the guys in red, the somewhat canonically Force-sensitive dudes that guard the Emperor. This figure originally, when it was published, I didn't know this, they had a removable helmet, so they do in this reprint also, and the face that was underneath is getting a photo redone. So it all looks pretty great. I'm definitely going to grab a couple of these guys to stand beside my Emperor. The last two repacks come from Return of the Jedi, and that is Forest Moon of Endor Han Solo. So we got this guy, or we're going to get this guy in the Heroes of Endor pack, and just like then, they redesigned his cape entirely so it's going to flow and hold much better. His articulation is completely changed, and he has a photoreal face. This is going to be a great figure to pick up, and he's going to look especially good next to the Walmart exclusive Princess Leia. Last up on the repacks is Admiral Akbar. This famous Mon Cal commander is finally getting a repack, and it doesn't seem to be a trap at all. I am most excited about the reveals we have next. That is the fan vote reveal and the From the Vault vote that is going on right now. Now, I'll start with that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know, but if you do not, I'll leave links below, that there is now an ongoing vote to bring back some of the most famous Vintage Collection figures for a repack. Now, there's only going to be one. I don't know if they're going to do this again, but the first four up for vote are the original Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars. The next one up is the Old Republic Trooper. Third on that list is Galen Merrick. And then last up is the Imperial Tank Commander from Rogue One. Now, all of these were previously seen in the Vintage Collection. They haven't been seen for over a decade now, mostly, and they are some of the highest priced figures that go on the secondary market. Also on the list of Vintage Collection from the Vault is Weequay. It's nice to see that one of these figures is going to get an option to get a reprint and to get recycled back in. Now, I don't know how many times you can vote, so keep throwing those votes in, but only one of these is going to get a reprint. You can cast your vote for this Vault repack across social media, and I'll be sure to leave links for that below. For those collectors who remember, this is the 5th anniversary of the Rogue One movie. Now, that movie it still is ringing in my mind as one of the best Star Wars movies to have seen in recent times in theaters, obviously. And the Hasbro is commemorating this with launching a bunch of fun, really exciting products this year in honor of the 5th anniversary. Last year across social media, there was a vote and a campaign to give General Antoc Merrick, his own Vintage Collection figure. You know what? Give him his own X-Wing, because the iconic Blue Leader, Blue One, deserves it. Hasbro shocked all of us when they announced that they not only were listening to this campaign, but they were going to pick it up themselves, and this year, General Merrick is getting his own Vintage Collection X-Wing, and we are all going to get to take home a 375 version of Blue Leader. Now, this is incredibly exciting, and to top it all off, they also said that this is going to be just the start of some of the new products that we're going to see that are going to be geared specifically to the celebration of the Rogue One anniversary. Believe it or not, this X-Wing gets even better because it's going to come with a General Antoc figure, and he's going to be on his own card from Rogue One. And this couldn't be any better. They are listening to our hopes, they are listening to our dreams, and they are giving it to us finally. We do not yet have a date for this X-Wing, but it is announced it's going to be part of a fall release, and it's going to be a Target exclusive in the US, and in Canada, Toys R Us is going to get the exclusive. Last up on our list of reveals, we have the Black Series. This wave is going to be released later this year in the fall, and it includes Koska Reeves, who is another member of the Night Owls seen on The Mandalorian. Really, really cool character that is cast by Sasha Banks. Awesome. Zero, the droid from The Mandalorian, the pilot in the traitorous group from Season 1. Tech, who is the technician of the Bad Batch. Pre-orders are live just in time for the new series to go up. Aura Singh, who is a curious character across canon and across Disney, but who is also a main character in the Clone Wars for a lot of the later seasons. She's getting a Black Series debut. Interestingly enough, they also addressed her antenna, long antenna, no antenna situation. So as you can see in images, this is now the definitive version of Aura Singh. And last but certainly not least, General Lando Calrissian himself with a new soft goods cape. This figure is going to complete some of our Return of the Jedi series figures, and I can't wait to add them to the collection. I can't forget the roleplay items. We have been seeing an ongoing list of 1-to-1 scale helmets for the Star Wars series, and finally getting added to that collection is the Wedge Antilles helmet. Now, it's the helmet that he wore to take down 2 Death Stars, to fight in the Battle of Hoth, and to lead Rogue Squadron in much of the awesome series. Now, we'll all remember that Rogue Squadron's also getting its movie sometime soon, and eagerly awaiting because Wedge is the hero for most of that series. That'll do it for this list of reveals. It was a long list of really, really exciting Hasbro FanFest all across the board. There were a ton of different things to look forward to immediately, and a bunch of fun stuff to look forward to down the line. I especially appreciate how they address some of the fan problems that have been existing and been moving around the community in terms of campaigns for or against things. And it seems like they're finally listening to our community. I hope this continues, but I really appreciate that Hasbro seems to have their ear to the ground for some of these things. All the pre-orders that are live right now you can find below, so make sure to click through those and pre-order yours soon. The only exclusive that we're seeing so far is the Entertainment Earth exclusive, which is the Vintage Collection Purge Trooper. Now, if you have any interest in that, I would definitely advise picking that up because we don't know when they're going to sell out. And as of now, that's the only place you can find it.
Hit the subscribe button below to stay on the forefront of the best Star Wars news and reviews as soon as I make them.
Thanks for watching another episode of Binary Sunset News. I've been Mike. Your likes and your views are always greatly appreciated. I hope you're taking some time for yourself and pausing and appreciating the sunset and the smell of these beautiful flowers. Stay safe, stay sane, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the